The distress beacon had been broadcasting for 3 cycles now, its desperate plea echoing across the void of space. The passenger liner Serenity's Hope, carrying over 2,000 Zeltharian civilians, hung dead in space after a catastrophic engine failure left them drifting toward the event horizon of a black hole. Their emergency systems were failing, life support dropping by the hour. Ambassador Crixtel clutched his communication device with trembling claws as he reviewed the responses to their distress call. The Galactic Confederation had sent their regrets. Their nearest rescue fleet was 6 cycles away. The Altarian Republic offered thoughts and prayers, but their ships couldn't handle the gravitational stress near the black hole. Even their closest allies, the peaceful Menthari, had politely declined, citing insurmountable technical challenges. Only one species had responded with action rather than excuses. The humans. Ambassador, his aide whispered, mandibles clicking nervously, the human vessel is approaching. Should we prepare our children? Crixtel's chest plates fluttered with anxiety. Everyone in the galaxy knew the stories about humans. They were the nightmare species that had somehow clawed their way up from a death world, creatures so violently aggressive that they had tamed their own planet's apex predators as companions. Humans were the ones who looked at the vast, hostile universe and declared it needed conquering. They were the species that had survived multiple extinction events and emerged stronger each time. And now they were the only ones coming to help. The human ship Defiant Mercy appeared on their screens, a massive, angular beast of metal and weapons scarred from countless battles. Its very design seemed to scream of violence and aggression. Crixtel had heard that human ships were built not just for exploration, but for war. Every human vessel was a potential destroyer, every human a potential warrior. The communication channel crackled to life. This is Captain Sarah Chin of the Defiant Mercy. We're here to get you out of this mess. Prepare for emergency docking procedures. Her voice was calm, steady, the voice of someone who had faced death and spat in its face. Crixtel's people huddled together as the human ship maneuvered with impossible precision through the dangerous gravitational fields that had scared off every other species in the galaxy. As the human vessel latched onto their hull, Crixtel watched through the viewports as figures in environmental suits moved across the ship's exterior. They worked with efficiency that bordered on the supernatural, installing additional thruster arrays and reinforcing structural weak points. These were the same creatures that his people's children had nightmares about, yet here they were, risking their lives for strangers. Captain Chen's voice came through again. We're going to fire our engines at maximum burn to break you free from the gravity well. 17 times. Humans didn't just act on instinct or emotion as the propaganda suggested. They calculated, they planned, they prepared. But when the calculations were done, they acted with a decisiveness that other species found terrifying. The burn began, and Crixtel felt the deck plates groaning under stresses that should have torn the ship apart. Through the viewports, he could see the human vessel straining alongside them, its hull glowing from the heat of overcharged engines. Any other species would have given up when the stress readings hit critical levels. Humans pushed harder. Hours later, as both ships finally broke free from the black hole's grip and limped toward the nearest space station, Crixtel found himself staring at the human rescue ship with new understanding. Yes, humans were terrifying, but not in the way his people had believed. They were terrifying because when everyone else calculated the risks and walked away, humans calculated the risks and ran toward danger anyway. They were terrifying because they looked at impossible odds and saw challenges to overcome rather than reasons to surrender. As the Defiant Mercy disappeared into hyperspace after ensuring their safety, Crixtel finally understood why, in a galaxy full of peaceful, rational species, it was the terrifying humans who were the first to answer a stranger's call for help. Sometimes the universe needed monsters. It just turned out that humanity's monsters fought for the innocent.